Station of Royal Palm Beach, July board meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, let's go through the roll call. Vice President,
Here.
Treasurer. Treasurer is, she's on vacation right now. That's Miss Courtney. Baseball Commissioner,
Present.
Softball Commissioner,
Here.
Secretary,
Here.
Member at Large Dave,
Here.
Member at Large Sky,
Here.
Member at Large Olivia.
Here.
Okay, did everybody get a chance to go over May's minutes? I believe they were emailed out early this month. Everybody get a chance to review them?
Yes.
Yep. If nobody has anything they want to discuss about them, I'd like to vote in the minutes for
Second.
May.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, now we'll go right into the president's report. We just got out All-Stars. I'm gonna let the commissioners talk about those experiences. And we're getting ready for fall season. I'm gonna try to get together a list of maybe some stuff I can talk to Brandon about. I think they've addressed most of the stuff, but we are going to have a few things. We're getting ready to discuss, I believe today, the dates for the upcoming season. And other than that, we have some old business and some new business to discuss, but that's all I got right now for the president's report. Vice President?
Like Glenn said, we just finished up All-Star. I see on here, and I'll let the commissioner say, 'cause I usually steal his thunder about the Wilkes Bash and stuff. But me, Glenn, and the softball and baseball coordinators, we got together last week and we're working on new rules and regulations per se, and team policies and fees for the league and for us and so that's gonna be coming out here really soon. And looking forward to fall. I know the numbers aren't really pressing right now, but it's way early, especially after being done with All-Stars and travel coming up and everything like that. So hopefully those will turn around. That's all I got.
The treasurer's report, I'm going to do what I can for Courtney. The account ending in 9197, as of right now, we have $13,449.71. The account ending in 5879, we have $3,176.48. The account ending in 9066, we have $2,790.08. I have a meeting with DeSalvo Associates July 12th, which I'm going to go over the stuff that we're going to expect from them, and they're going to help us get on top of our annual reports and our quarterly reports and our tax returns and all the stuff that this board has inherited because of a turnover, a 2 or 3 cycle turnover of treasurers. But we are going to get on top of it. DeSalvo and them said they definitely could take care of it, and they acted like it wasn't a huge deal, so it should happen pretty quick. As far as treasurer, that's it. We're going to talk about some stuff where all of the sponsorship checks and all the stuff that we've have went to multiple people, and we've had trouble collecting them and getting them all in one spot and getting them in the bank and stuff like that. That's going to change to where they either get handed to Courtney, the treasurer, directly, or they get turned into the concession with Olivia, and they go straight to Courtney. So we're eliminating the Glenn and Tony and Dave and, you know, Martin and everybody else who got handed sponsor checks. We're going to try to streamline it down to one person's responsibility, and that's it. That's about it for the treasurer's report. Baseball commissioner?
Yeah, so really just a couple things. For me, go back to the oldest one, I guess, Willow's Bash. That went pretty well. We had some significant weather issues where we had to keep rescheduling stuff and shifting things around. But I think at the end of the day, we kind of did what we could. We'd given ourselves a few days ahead, which helped. So I think in 9U and 10U, we had to just drop one of the seeding games. In 12U, we were able to get all the games in either way. So that went pretty well. The only thing that was bothering me a little bit, and I don't know, I think it's just what's going on at those leagues, but you know how we always kind of expect like reciprocation from Jupiter and Phipps. Like, they didn't have a lot of teams. They don't have a 9U. They don't have a, what else did they have? No 12s. You know, I mean, they were pretty thin. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 11U is hard because a lot of them are, you know, doing all these other things. And even 12U, some of them were, you know, in Cooperstown or coming back. But luckily we were able to fill it in with just random, you know, travel teams and stuff like that to actually fill the tournaments. But yeah, you know, it's like I don't know, I feel like we have teams in every division. Those other parks just this year, maybe it's just this year, they just didn't. But anyway, so we were able to kind of fill the gap there with some travel teams and stuff like that. But overall, I think it went well for sure. And I know everybody up here was doing a ton of work that week. My man on the grill over here, yeah, I think he still got burns from the smoke. But yeah, I think it overall went really well. Definitely no complaints from anybody. And then appreciate everybody jumping in to get the fields, you know, ready to go after a few of those storms, including Brandon himself was out there. Came out in the emergency vehicle with some quick dry.
We were trying to pull quick dry from everywhere we could pull it from.
Yeah, so appreciate the support there for sure. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for that. And then yeah, All-Star season is pretty much over. At least as far as I think everybody's already run through states. Again, that went pretty well. We played in kind of all the typical tournaments that we play in, and really nothing. I don't know who. Do you guys know who won, like 10U states or anything? West Boca actually won 9U states. That one. That's that travel team. Yeah. So they're off to North Carolina for regionals, I think, or something. But actually, speaking of which, West Boca was actually a big supporter of our tournament. They had 2 12U teams there. They had their 9U. They didn't have 10. They don't have it. Oh, they were. Yeah, their 10U didn't make it, but yeah, they were actually one of the leagues that kind of came out with a bunch of teams for that tournament, which I thought was pretty cool. They're definitely a friendly, I think. Yeah, I mean, that's all I got. I know we're going to talk about some other stuff later, but those are kind of the 2 general things.
All right, I want to piggyback a little bit on one thing there with Dave. Really stepped up with the umpires, and he jumped in, and he was super coordinating and doing everything he could to keep our umpires, you know, at our games with the evolving schedule that was like hourly almost.
Well, we were lucky to have umpires. Period.
So I wanted to let let Dave know we appreciated
Yeah,
that. Softball commissioner.
Like you said, All Stars has pretty much run its course, except for the 12U All Stars. The 14U All Stars won districts and went to state, finished third. The 12U All Stars won districts, went to state, won state. Now they're going to the World Series in July.
That's awesome.
Unfortunately, with All Stars, like you guys know, the weather killed us. Can't practice for 2 weeks straight when you only have a short time to practice anyway. And I mean, teams like the 12U, they were all right because they were used to playing together all the time. But like our 14U team, Chris, I don't know how he kept everybody together, but there's 2 weeks we didn't practice at all because of weather. So we did pretty good. Everybody needs to recognize the 12U team for going to the World Series. I mean, there ain't a whole lot of teams going to the World Series, but they're going. So I want everybody, if you see them or drop them a text or whatever, congratulate them and wish them the best.
Yeah, I actually to jump in right there. I discussed it with the village, and we are going to recognize that team in particular with the state accomplishments, district, state. We're just going to wait to see how they do it World Series, so we can encompass it all in one hoorah. But yeah, that's definitely on the books, so you know what's going on.
The other thing is we want to take a picture of the 14U girls and the 12U girls and put a banner up for winning districts. If you guys, yay, nay.
Absolutely. That if we can make that happen, if you have a picture, get it to Lexi and we'll make it happen.
If they can send me something and we'll get it ordered.
Yeah,
We'll have
do
it
it
up
this
for fall.
week.
Okay, perfect.
Other than that, that's about it for softball.
Thank you, sir. Secretary report.
Not much to report. Just wanted to give you guys an update on the current numbers. I mean, obviously it's early, so everything jumps drastically once we get closer to opening or evaluations. For baseball, we currently have 14 and 3/4, 25 and 5/6, 24 and 8U, 18 and 10U, 7 and 12U, and 3 and 15U, which the 12 and 15 will probably jump after tryouts once school starts. For softball, I have 2 and 6U, which they all know if there's not enough, they would be moved over to T-ball. I have 6 and 8U softball, 2 and 10U softball, 8 and 12U softball, and 6 and 14U softball. So we expect those numbers to climb big time. And that's all.
Thank you. Village report.
On the financial side of it, you touched on it. I got the bank statement, so those are served for now. Once you meet with the accountant, we'll get those documents in. The kind of big one that we have now is about fairing. So as y'all know, the lights there have been some issues with them, and we've had an inspection out, and it was originally 3. The wiring for all of them has been reviewed and deemed unsafe. So actually what's going to happen is we have a capital project in for this upcoming fiscal year. We're replacing all the lights at Farron. So Farron will be getting LEDs on all fields. But for the foreseeable future, there won't be lights at Farron at all, 1, 2, or 3. So those are going to be down. I know at least through the fall season, all the way through.
That's going to make it hard to practice.
Yeah.
I was going to mention it to you earlier. Is there any way we can, because of the scenario and because of the situation, can we send something to you requesting 10U and 12U softball on Camellia.
Yeah, we already
They're not hitting them over those fences.
no, I already that was the first thing that
Okay. We
when
can
they
make that
told me that it'll be down.
do that.
I said we're gonna have
Yeah,
to
we
use
can do that.
yeah, we're gonna have to use Camellia.
Okay, perfect.
So we're gonna get the guys over there to start just to get them prepped and ready to be able to use. But yeah, we'll be able to use those.
Okay,
Um,
so we can make
Just-
that. We can make that work.
And so 14 they don't normally allow the older kids to practice on Camellia. That's why we didn't use it last year because they hit into the tennis courts. So that's why we're trying to compromise with 10 and 12.
yeah,
But I don't know if we can squeeze the 14
No,
girls in
we'll
there or not.
we'll
I don't
do
know what to
earlier
do.
practices for the 14U and the
We'll have to figure
16. I think
something out.
Scott's got 16, and we'll make it work at fair and
It'll be
earlier.
fun.
It'll be fun.
still on me. And then other than that, I saw you had it in the new business about field walkthroughs. So we'll get and figure out kind of what are the main priorities that need to be hit before the fall, and those fields will kind of. I know 5 definitely. We definitely want to work on 5. So when we can get some time down, we'll shut 5 down, and we'll get some working on that. Yeah. So we got that work order in. We got to get those replaced. It's not the same scenario as over there. So those are just bulb issues, and they'll get those in and replace them.
And you have ants bad on field 2 at Farron.
Say it again.
Ants,
Oh, ants at Farron. All right.
field 2.
In the outfields, right?
Right.
Yeah. And that's it.
I think we should do. Maybe you should be there, and Martin and Tony, and we can go over the list because he's in order for him to know what field closures, we got to know what needs to be done on each field.
Yeah. If you want to Thursday morning or afternoon, we can, if you want to meet out the fields and kind of go through and do a walkthrough.
You good for that, Tony?
If that'll work for
What time are you looking at? Afternoon.
afternoon. What works best? Anything after 12.
It's up to you. You just tell me what time to be
Let's
there.
I know.
let's do 3.
3 o'clock. Okay, 3 o'clock
Do that.
Thursday.
3.
And then that way you can do Willows and then go straight over to Fair. Well, is it? Yeah, over to Farron. Yeah.
Yeah. We
Okay.
do both.
The last thing with the field closures is I know we used to do odds and evens.
And flip them. Yeah. Well, right now we tried to just leave them open as much as possible. We know we still had teams practicing and playing, but depending on what teams need which fields, that's what we would ideally want to go to, odd and even. But again, it's really a matter of which fields need at this point, July going through. What do you guys start up in mid-August?
The end of August.
Yeah. So we want to hit the fields that need it the most. And so if it's 2, 3, and 5, if we can get those down first and really get some time and tackle those, and then kind of switch it up and go from there. Okay. What fields are open? All right.
The good thing is the age groups that are having the travel tryouts are multiple fields.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
With that being
They can
said,
2
use
and
3 or
3,
4.
3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, field 3 we need to. I try to look.
The bases. Couldn't find them. All right. But yeah, we can. Like I said, if we Thursday at 3, we'll do that. By Friday morning, um, we'll know what we'll be shutting down and get that out to you.
Sounds perfect. So you good to go?
That's it.
All right. If everybody's good with the reports, I'd like to make a motion to vote in the reports.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, now we'll move on to old business. First thing on the list here, we have Willow's Bash. Anybody here who needs to discuss anything with the Willow's Bash? As far as concession, I know Tony did the baseball part of it.
Concession went good. We made it for 3 days, at least I think it was a little under 1,200 for only 3 days with the help of Sky. Other than that,
Absolutely, that was pretty good for 3 days and your first time. Well, I've been of late doing a lot of research on the Cooperstown and the travel and all that stuff. And one thing that Wellington does, and Okeechobee does, and I don't know about Gardens, and I know Phipps isn't a sponsored Cooperstown or travel or nothing. They take the year that the say 2023 Cooperstown team and their parents do the volunteering at the concession during any tournaments and during the fall, and I think it's both seasons, like fall and spring, and then the money made with concession goes to sponsoring, helping them with Cooperstown as far as the $1,500 per kid and stuff like that, and that's worked really well. Obviously for Okeechobee, they've been doing it for years, and I know even the softball program, I believe Wellington Wild did the same thing. Their travel team, run their tournament, run their thing, and it offsets their costs too. Not sure what they do, but that's one thing I was going to bring up and have you guys thinking about, because if it's something that's going to happen, it needs to happen. And then our only problem is going to be if a team decides to say we're going to pay the $1,500 a kid, we don't want to volunteer concession. Okay, then we figure out we have to have an alternate volunteer scenario for it if that's how we're going to work it, with Olivia. But that was a pretty good idea, because a lot of parents, it's hard for them to come up with $1,500, because that doesn't even do anything for the trip or the hotel. That's just Cooperstown, So there's fees involved there that this might actually help them. And then you have the two tournaments. We're going to try to do one in fall and one in spring. That Okeechobee and they do the same thing. They feed into those programs. And if we have I got a couple ideas I want to go over with Martin as far as pulling something up on I was talking to Scott about it a little bit, the softball coordinator, travel coordinator, about pulling up something on the 12U side of softball. So they have something that like mimics it, so they have something to work through, coming up, they know what's happening in 12U, just like in baseball, so they have a special, wherever it may be, South Carolina, West Coast, Jacksonville, Miami, it doesn't matter, but have something that they have going for them too, that, they can fundraise and go have a thing before they get out of middle school and into high school.
Now, are you talking about concession just for tournaments or throughout the season?
No, they're both seasons.
Our concession also pays for
Yeah, our concession
Yes,
supports
that's
our
what I mean.
umpires.
It's
and-
just something that I'm throwing out there. I don't know how, maybe it's they provide the grill guy, and it's a different dad does it, and then the pay that would go to the grill guy goes to that team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or,
no, I think
or
it's
you
something
take
worked out with-
they do the inside and the outside, and you take the umpires out of it. You know what I mean? And then they have the balance, whatever. But
Yeah.
it was just something I was throwing out there that really helps them a lot.
we're giving 20%.
But that's just something to think about. You know what I mean? So that's the Willows Bash. All-Star season. We talked about the positives. Now we have the 11U manager incident, which I believe they're, we discussed that last board meeting. These guidelines that we didn't. Oh,
It happened after.
why does it say old business?
Because it was
didn't have
All-Star season.
Oh,
We talked about All-Star
okay.
season. He's had other issues, but just
Right.
there
We've
was a big issue.
we have had other issues. Now, I was looking at this stuff, and like I said, I'm gonna try to get it emailed out to everybody next week, and it makes everything like cut and dry. It's written, there it is. This is what happens if you do this. This is what happens if you do that. And it would have covered both of these, not the Cooperstown thing, but the 11U manager incident, because it basically says, even if it's at another field, no matter where it is, these rules are these rules. They cross boundaries. There's no, it's only at our home field. No. So I'm hoping that I can get this together so you guys can read it and critique it and change it however you guys want, so we can get this in place before we start at the end of August. So that'll take care of that. The Cooperstown incident, it basically died when that team left our park.
Anybody that doesn't know, he changed the name of the team. It was the 12U team Predators. They changed the name of their team now to Palm Beach Heat.
And
So
left our park.
I assume that's them. I would assume that's them leaving our park.
Yeah, that's, you change your name and
I
you
mean-
pull your team out of the All-Stars, that basically says you're gone.
Yeah, but we also discussed what if any of those parent or coaches come back. I don't think they should be allowed, any one of them allowed to coach at our park.
Right.
And the legal player, I don't think you should be able to play travel at our park.
Right.
We talked about that.
I think the kid showed remorse. He was very. I mean,
Well, he
if
can
I
play.
tell my 13-year-old son, yes, everyone says you're allowed to go play. You can go play. He's excited. He's a rock star in the younger division. I mean, it's not the kid's. If an adult tells him you're okay, you can go play. How can?
That's what it.
Well,
That's what it comes
what's-
down to. It's the
we-
adults that made the choice. I mean, I hate to, it's about him.
He should be able to play rec, but I mean, playing travel. I mean, we had how many situations are going to keep smearing the park's name without us really doing something about it?
Exactly.
Like we had a lot of stuff happen this year, and I hear a lot about it, and I don't feel we do enough. Like, we need to make examples and stop this.
I agree 100%.
I mean, I have no problem with them playing rec, but you had somebody, and I get the parents, but there's got to be consequences. You had a 14-year-old competing against 11 and 12-year-olds in competitions in games that these kids look forward to from 8U on. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think the kid should be playing travel at our park. He wants to play rec, he can play rec, but that's my opinion on it. I know we discussed it.
And if the kid has a problem with it, just say, go talk to your parents. They're the ones.
Well, the
that put
parents
you
were
in
told
the-
that it was okay
Yeah,
as well.
the flip
Yeah.
side of that,
Parents
from
were
what
told
I'm
that it was
what
okay.
I'm finding out is that Angel said he went to the board, and the board approved him to play.
Told the parents that we all said it was okay for him to play down.
That's what the parents were told.
And it's a matter of this particular child is either going to be in trouble or stay on the ball field. And I don't know. I feel like if thin ice, absolutely. Maybe he plays under a microscope. Maybe we watch his every move. But he's not.
Do we know
An
his
adult.
actual age? Because
He's
I was told he's 14,
he's
and I was told the parents
well, he's league age 13. He's in the same grade as our kid.
same
he's league
grade and
age.
being held back, or
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
not.
that doesn't necessarily mean he hasn't been held back. From parents on the team, I was told he was 14.
We can find out.
So
Well, we can.
'Cause
Yeah,
there's
definitely.
a real birth certificate. I
Somewhere.
mean, I think. Well, I was told there's a real birth certificate.
Yeah.
But
That's definitely something to look into. Yeah.
yeah.
To
no,
make
I'm
sure
just
he's
saying
even
we need
the correct.
Yeah, but Dave's right. He shouldn't play travel out of our park. I mean, everybody knows what happened with this kid. Everybody knows. So if we let him play at our park, playing travel, going off and representing us, it makes us look bad. If he wants to play rec, okay, he plays rec, but not travel. No, I think Dave's
Playing
right.
rec, he's still representing us. Why
Yeah.
is it any different? Why is it different? He's still representing us if he's playing rec.
He's
Well,
playing
how is
rec,
it
but
different?
he's not going nowhere where everybody else is going to see him.
Sure, he is if we interleague or if anybody else. I mean, he's still in our system, so I don't know how that's different. To let him, I just feel like the parents need to be reprimanded. The coach needs to be reprimanded. Although, I mean, the parents were told, like I said, from what we've heard, what we've gathered, the parents were told that it was okay. And I think the coach that knew that it was wrong, we were lied to as well. Glenn was lied to. So, I mean, the coach is no longer in our system, in our program. He's not allowed to coach or manage or whatever we decide, I guess. I just feel like he's a kid, and he was told one thing, and he went along with it. And yes, I don't know.
I think we had a whole lot of stuff that didn't get addressed properly this season. And to pick this one kid and say this over picking multiple coaches and saying you can't coach here anymore wouldn't be right.
I think it should be both. I'm saying
Exactly.
going after all of them. Like
Go after all of them.
we like
Clean house right now. That's it.
even I travel a lot with softball, but there's a lot of baseball. They have siblings and stuff, and like I've heard about this from a lot of places. I mean, it's
It's pretty bad when you go to another city and they say, "Oh, you guys are from that place that sent
Yeah.
that kid."
We just had to go through that with our
With the
softball.
Yeah.
We were getting
know.
bad
State.
looks and bad talking left and
Yeah.
right because
By
we were
y'all.
from Royal Palm, from the 8U
Can't
kids
believe
that
they
played
let
in the
them
8U.
come back. Can't believe
Like
they're doing
that's
this again.
that's not even nobody
yeah,
even
'cause
did that out of nobody did that out of malice. It was just anyway. Yeah, I mean I can understand what you're saying, but I don't know. I don't think we should take it
And
out
these
on the kid.
parents acting up on the field and the coaches acting up on the field, there's got to be zero tolerance. You're done. Not, okay, you get 2 game suspension. No, you're done. You're out. Rest of the season, you're gone. We might consider you next season. Because 2 games and half of them, you're outside the fence anyway, still coaching.
Well, I don't even know how to approach this right now because
I think we definitely need to get his birth certificate and see.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whatever way we decide. For rec only, travel, no, whatever, we need his birth certificate. Because
not in crayons.
not in crayons. I am 12. No.
When
Not written in crayons, please.
not written in
Well,
crayons.
But unfortunately, you don't know what birth certificate's really theirs. Because you can
Yeah.
pull a birth certificate.
I
I can give you my birth certificate and tell you it's my kid's. How you going to tell?
You got to read it a little bit better than that.
well, he's.
I don't think you're going to pass for 14 there.
Oh,
Mark. I'm sorry.
He's got different names.
Here's the bottom line. He was playing down. He shouldn't have been playing down. The parents and the kid were misled. He is playing in his proper age group right now,
Which we need to verify.
and I mean he can't be 15, so he's playing in his proper age group right now. I mean he could be 15, but I don't think so. We'll get it. Well, I'll figure out exactly how old he is.
You got to get a real one.
But,
have him bring it.
I
Feel
mean-
feel the stamp. You know.
I don't see how there's a whole lot between if you're allowing him to play, you're not allowing him to play. If you're not allowing him to play, you're not allowing him to play.
Well, I mean, if he's 14 and is playing 12, that's a little bit bigger than 2 days past the cutoff.
Right.
Would be 13.
Right.
Just because he's in the same grade doesn't mean
That's
he wasn't
true.
held
That's
back.
true.
And I
Yeah.
was told he was 14.
So we'll
Well,
We
even
can
if
go
he's
further
14
with
right
this
now,
when
he's
we
still in
find
the
out.
right age division,
Depends
playing in
when
13.
he turned 14. If he turned 14 before May 1st, he's not.
Well, yeah, obviously.
So that's what we'll do. We'll find out what his age is, and we'll make sure he's playing at the right age level. And then, I mean, I'll call for a vote after we figure that out, probably the 1st of August, and say, hey, all in favor of him playing, all in favor of him not playing, and that'll be that. But that being said, if we're going to do that, we need to get that list of all them other coaches and do all the same stuff with them.
I totally agree.
And then if we're starting to get parents thrown out, we got to talk about softball because I'm having trouble getting umpires to umpire softball games. So it's not just on the baseball side.
No,
So
Absolutely.
it's if we're gonna go that route and y'all want to hold our lines, you're gonna make some of your friends mad.
That's the bottom line. It's got to be done. We're
But
here for the kids.
I think
Parents
you'll
want to act
see.
like asses. They need to leave.
Yeah,
And I know which guy you're talking about in softball too.
I think you'll see when you see this thing I send out. It's pretty good. I mean, where I mimic some of the guidelines. They've been at this a long time, and it looks like they have it down to the T. Anybody got anything else on the 11U manager all-star season?
For those managers in the 12U, did they all leave with the team?
As coaches, I don't know. I don't know who's.
even know
I
who
mean, I don't know. Nobody's.
The only
We're in
one I've
between
s-
seasons, so I don't.
we're in
I mean,
between
there's no team.
None of them signed up or anything? yet?
Nobody's signed up yet.
The
no.
only one that I've seen around the park besides Angel walks around every now and then is France, which was the
Well,
one that
Hector was
tried
there
to
tonight
keep,
in the
Oh,
cage.
Hector was there tonight too in the cage, but he only had one kid,
It was
so I
his
don't
kid.
know if it was his kid or not.
It was his kid.
But France is the only one that stayed around, and he was the one that was trying to keep the All-Star team going. That's the only coach I've seen. He actually collected money for All-Stars and was trying to
Trying
keep it
to
going.
salvage it. Yeah.
We found out he wasn't coaching All-Stars before he did.
I mean,
But
still,
they're-
they're whatever the word accomplices right now. I mean, they let it happen. They didn't try to stick up. They didn't come to us. I know Franz is a good guy majority of the time, and
Mhm.
got the ticket back, but he went along with it for over a year.
I mean, they all knew, regardless of Gene. Like, I had the phone calls from Gene. I could care less what Gene says.
Yeah.
He just made it officially real.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that kid was in league age. They've been saying that for a long time, but like, there's no proof. Like, I don't have
Yeah,
proof.
because there was question when he first came to our park. There was question, and I remember Glenn. You said sit that kid until we find the birth certificate, and then Angel came to you, and you went to Angel and said, why is that kid on the field? Like 2 weeks later, and he said, no, he's good. I got the birth certificate. He's good. And at that time, why would we have any question? Why would we question? There was no reason to question Angel at that time. You know what I mean? There was no shady nothing going on at that point. We didn't know this kid from anywhere else. And then as far as we knew, he had a birth certificate. And even if he comes to us with a fake birth certificate, we're not the FBI. We don't like say, nope, this is fake. You know, how do we know? I don't know. I mean, so it's kind of hard to, right?
Well, it'd have to be a
it's not a
legitimate
US.
one with a stamp on it. That's the only way it's legit. You know,
Some
I mean,
birth
photocopies
certificates
no
don't have
bueno.
a
Yeah,
stamp.
I think it's Puerto
Especially
Rico
coming
or
out of another
something.
country.
Yeah, they don't have, that was the issue.
I'll get what he's got, and we can readdress this
can all
in
look at it.
August. Yeah, we'll talk back and forth from what I find over the next month, and we'll readdress it again in August.
Listen, I told my sister she was adopted because her birth certificate didn't have a stamp. And I hate to say this, but she was 21 years old, still believed she was really adopted.
That ain't right.
Strike that from the record. All right. Here we go. So workshop, new possible rules, the subbing player protocol. We were talking about field position and batting lineup, pitching, catching, and same game. Did you guys want to vote on how we want to end up with that? And is it the same in softball as baseball? Okay.
I don't think pitching and catching with softball should be the same as baseball. I mean, it's not like you don't even have
They're totally
pitch
different
counts
movement.
in softball. I mean, it's completely different motion.
Okay, so pitching and catching in the same game is out for softball. Subbing a player, what was discussed, I think, was when you get a player in, is this specifically for playoffs or is this for the whole season?
Whole season.
Okay, for the whole season, if you get a player, if you have to borrow a player from another team, that player plays the outfield and bats last. It's you can be the same eval score or not eval score. It doesn't matter. If you borrow a player, they go to the outfield. If you can find the same, here's the deal.
Yeah.
I think the way it reads is you need to find the same eval score. Now,
Or less.
or less. Now, if you can't find the same eval score,
goes to the DD.
it goes to
The DD of that division can.
approve or
Approve
disapprove.
or-
Yeah,
yeah.
the player you got coming.
But if you keep them in the outfield and have them batting last,
Yeah, there's not a lot of DDs that are going to say no.
yeah, I know. I hear that. I'm just saying if you can't, the DD needs to be involved in trying to find someone. If they can't, we need to play a game. But keeping it, I don't think it should keep. It definitely should stay same or under if that possible. I wouldn't change that part.
Now, there's one more thing that plays into this, with you're talking, okay, I can't find the same number or even close. All I have is a superstar. Well, how many players do you have? Well, I have 8. Well, if you can play with 8.
Play with 8, you don't
So
borrow.
if you can't find the same number or the same eval, then you play with 8. But
I
that's
thought you
just,
couldn't borrow unless you had.
That's the way it
You
used to
can
be.
borrow up to 9.
You can borrow up to 9, but
you
it
can
used
borrow
to be.
up to 9, but you can play
used to
with
be
8.
It used to
Couldn't
be
borrow unless
8,
you had less than.
and if you had 8, you played the game with that.
Right.
But we changed that. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
like 2 years
it got
ago.
changed a couple years ago too. If you have 8, you can borrow up to make 9, but if you have 9, you can't. You can only do that. You can borrow from 8 to 9.
I played with 8 plenty of times.
Yeah. So that's it. I mean, that's pretty relative. If we get that written right, I'd like to make a motion to, as far as subbing a player, exactly what we're saying. I guess Tony will make sure it's verbed right. And
Just make sure, like in softball, that if you only have 8 players, that the 9th player is not an automatic out.
No.
no,
The umpires this season,
Yeah.
no.
umpires this season said it's an automatic out.
Yeah. Now that needs to be in our rules because I think they pulled up somewhere where it shows that in some rules, but
Oh,
in
yeah,
ours,
our park don't do.
yes,
doesn't
our
do
park
that.
doesn't do that. So I want to make sure we
So it
we
has
get
to be
that in there,
written
too.
in our rules, because if it's not in our rules, we go
To the next one. Yeah.
next
Yeah.
level.
So if
So
you
what-
if you're
what-
taking
what-
notes, I want to make sure. Let's start with subbing player. If you can sub a player to get to 9 players, and they play the outfield and bat last on the baseball field side.
But not on the softball side?
Is it the same on the softball?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
No,
that's
that
across-
was a softball game. they
that's
did that,
across the
yeah.
board.
Plays outfield and bats last.
Okay, that's across the board. And if
Gonna
they
make that motion.
if you can't get DD approval for the player,
Can't get equal.
then you play with 8.
In other words,
if you
if there's only
can't
a superstar left,
Okay.
divisional director says, no, you ain't using a
That's it.
superstar.
If you can't get DD approval for that player, which covers all the stuff under it, then
Well, are we going to do just if you have 8, you have 8?
no, they can
well,
borrow up to 9.
No, but what they're saying is, if you have 8 and you can't find nobody, but
Okay,
the number 1 ranked,
I got you.
Then it's the DD.
then the DD is, no, play
Which-
with 8.
He would go to the managers. Is that what a DD would
The
do? Is
manager
go to
would
the manager and
contact
say,
the
"Hey, are
DD.
you guys okay with this?" Like off the field, so they're not on the spot.
Yeah.
Is that kind of okay?
Well, I
He
mean,
must approve the
majority of the
player.
time you should know before.
He's gonna know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Okay,
know
so you
there's
didn't
some
make a
coaches
motion.
that don't do it until the last second. The
Yeah.
game's already
Or the
starting,
parent,
already
yeah,
had
the
a
kids
plate
don't.
meeting, and they don't have players.
They don't communicate. You need to make a motion, please?
Okay. Do we want to make a motion to put in this new rule about borrowing players?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Pitching, catching, same game we'll talk about. Do we want to, I want to make a motion that in the 3-4 division, you have to be 3 by May 1st in order to play in fall. That's the first one. All in favor? Oh,
I'll second it.
second.
I don't even know if we should do 3.
We already have.
We already-
I
yeah.
know, but hopefully there's 3s and 4s.
It's like herding cats.
I know it's gonna be rough. But if we do,
So it's 5 6s.
yeah, if we go to
Yeah, well-
smaller teams, then maybe it would help.
Oh, yeah, that's the second part of this is
So
we're
I
going to
want to make
smaller.
that all one.
Okay.
One.
So okay, disregard that last motion. What I'm making a motion for, well, let's discuss it first. What's being discussed is in the 3-4 division, you have to be 3 by May 1st in order to play in the fall. What goes along with that is we have smaller teams, which I believe we talked about going down to 8 players. That's going to
Max,
do
right? Eight players max on each.
8 players max on each team, which is going to create more teams, which gives you more of a season, and it's going to allow the coaches to focus on 8 kids instead of you got 3 chasing each other around and butterflies out there where they're.
Well, that was the argument, was that they have 9 and they put 3 in the outfield, but a ball never reaches to the outfield.
Right.
Yeah.
So then those guys were out there
Never seeing anything.
So-
picking their noses and kicking dirt and
Do we
sitting
want-
down.
Do we want to say how many they have to field? Like so
No.
then, because if there's 8, you still have a couple kids in the outfield.
Yeah,
Are we
but
just
you can
not?
you can gap them in the grass, and if a ball goes, you can work with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just need to learn how to.
And it doesn't matter because there's one outfielder, but the whole field runs out.
Yeah, they all, even the catcher. And then along with that, we went to 1-hour games for that age group and 3 innings max. That's all encompassed into the 3-4 section there. So I'd like to make that motion.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. I'm trying to work through this. I'm sorry, guys. 2-hour time limit for all championship games, 6U to 10U. Baseball, softball, doesn't matter. Does anybody want to discuss that? Okay, I'd like to make a motion to set a 2-hour time limit for all championship games, 6U to 10U, baseball or softball.
Well, hold on one second. You, like 12U's already 2-hour games. Like they should be able to play 7 innings.
It's
12
only up to
base.
10U.
6U to 10U, that's it.
Everybody else will stay the same. Yeah, how they go.
Everything else after.
Pay attention, Dave.
That's only championship games.
Yeah.
So that if it ends up being on a school night, so they're not going.
I think the biggest problem with that was softball. You went from
So only
hour
softball.
15-minute games to we played 3 4-hour game for a championship.
Yeah, if our game's 145,
I don't-
we're only giving us an extra 15 minutes
I
to
don't-
host the championship.
Wait, what?
I don't
Our
see.
games are 145, Matt.
Yeah.
So we're only giving it 15 extra minutes to host the championship game compared to a rec game.
Have you had a game go past 2 hours?
I was gonna say, what's going to be different? A game's a game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Again, and it was at night. I mean, maybe keep that one a little bit open if it falls on a Saturday.
Fall will fall on a Saturday, but not spring.
Yeah, as long as the weather cooperates. The plan is to have all championships games on
I
Saturdays.
just I haven't seen the time issue with baseball. And throughout with
Since our-
Tony, but I've
Since our
T-ball
boys were
was
9,
T-ball.
do you remember?
T-ball, your son did that game that lasted
Yeah, T-ball was
2.5
2
hours.
well,
hours.
T-ball.
Yeah, 2
Yeah,
hours.
I don't remember that far back.
For
But
spring, T-ball was 2.5 for 6.
yeah, no, I think T-ball maybe 8U. I wouldn't cut 10U and up baseball. It's more. I guess I'm talking about more of the older. I'd leave 10U because
They're not that much.
I don't think it might go 2:15, but
Okay.
like let them do the 6 innings.
So we have 6U to 8U in baseball and 6U to 10U in softball?
I
Or
mean,
all,
I think
all
you're-
softball? How do you guys?
Because our games are short anyway.
Your games are an hour and a half, so then you're getting an extra 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's funny.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
2
So then
hours.
2
is
hours
You
for
cross the
softball.
board?
Cross the board.
Softball
in
across the
softball.
board?
Softball.
Okay.
Okay.
Because the games were hour 15. We already bumped them
all
to hour and a
softball.
half.
Now they're going to
Right.
2 hours. Okay.
So
I'm only talking about
6
championship
and 8 U
games.
baseball.
Yeah, you're only talking about championship games.
all softball.
Okay, so I guess this is the motion I'm making now. 2-hour time limit for all championship games, 6U to 8U in baseball and across the board in softball.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. This I thought was a good one that we borrowed. Right now, as the rules read, it says all rec players must play half of the game. So 3 innings of 6 innings. The problem with that is a lot of divisions, the games only go 4 innings or 5, so they miss half their game. So what we proposed was, which has worked out pretty good for other parts, every player must play 2 of the first 3 innings. That makes it impossible for every player not to play equal amount. It doesn't work out. And it makes it also hard not to rotate someone to the infield, where you can just rotate your 3 outfielders and that's it. If every player has to play 2 of the first 3 innings on the baseball side, where you have more players, it makes it to where they have to bring some players to the infield that they might generally try to keep in the outfield, which is what we want in fall anyway.
I don't understand how that would work. Why does it make sure that they
it's
have to play
hard.
infield? It just does.
It
Oh, yeah, of course.
it'll work.
Rocket science, man. You got 11 kids in your 10 U, okay? So why would you sit a kid 2 innings consecutive?
Right.
Number 2, like even okay, let's say you got your 11 kids or whatever. Okay, you're gonna sub out maybe. Of course, even in spring will be more competitive league, right? You're gonna have your maybe 4 kids that you're gonna sub out, right? Well, you got 11, you do it in 2s. I mean, it's not.
Mhm.
No matter how you do it, it works out.
Yeah. Everybody you're going to get it. It's going to work. Yeah, it's going to work.
And I think we need to make sure we cap teams at 12, because I've had teams of 13, and that is like we can't do that. Like if you're going to put that rule in, that's too hard to implement. Like our teams need to be 12, and we need to have that cutoff. Like that, I've had 13.
12 at the KU. I mean, if we can get the numbers no more than 2 extra, right? Then it's totally doable.
Something to look about when we do
Registration.
13 is tough.
Somebody's gonna take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Sit first 2 innings, and they'll play first 2 innings and sit for 4 innings. As long as
Yeah.
they're playing that. Well, we played 6 today, and they only played 2. I mean, you're never gonna win.
No.
So, are we going to try this?
I say no.
Huh?
I say, I'm not in favor of it.
Okay. So I want to make a motion. Every player must play 2 of the first 3 innings, changing it from every player must play half the game. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
There you go. All right. Ejections are going to fall under that same thing up there with the All-Star incidents. We'll get it out, and everybody, we'll talk about it more, and then we'll scratch and write some stuff out at the next board meeting and get it in there.
Glenn, I have one more. We didn't talk about the 1, 2, 3. If you pitch, you can't catch, drop dead, or 60-25.
This was something we discussed in the
Workshop. If you pitch, you can't catch,
Yeah.
drop dead.
Catching thing.
Yeah, that's why we'll say we're gonna talk a little bit more about that.
Oh.
We're going to discuss that on more. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
No, thank you.
As long as I still forget about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Field
New business field walkthrough we talked about. It's the Thursday at 3. Walk-up registration.
Any volunteers want to do that? Nope, just me and Olivia? Okay. When do you guys, does anybody have any,
Dustin
I
has
guess we'll just,
travel.
yeah, when do you guys, what are your dates for your, we want to be there when people are there.
One's on a Saturday, then Thursday, Friday.
Thursday and Friday? Tuesday, Thursday. 19th? Okay.
21 and 23.
Okay. Tony, do you have anything scheduled, or are you on the same days, or what? And 16th, okay. Okay. So I'll do a couple of these. Right? Okay.
Or some days in August too.
Yeah.
Is there stuff in the equipment room that we can use for walk-up to
Yes.
donate?
Yeah, the stuff in the equipment room, can we put that out to, like, if anybody needs equipment, can we give it,
there's
it's all free
cleats, there's
game? Not the
bats, there's
catching equipment,
gloves, there's
obviously, but the,
all kinds of stuff. But you'll get it done before their walkthroughs. I'll help you.
so we'll do the 12th will be the first. The 12th is when Tony, I think we'll do the Tuesday, Thursdays, the two Tuesday, Thursdays back to back.
If you guys were here before, Martin, you guys probably remember, we put that table out with the cleats and the gloves and everything. So if a
Anything
parent's
that's
signing up a
donated.
T-ball kid, you know, you're already paying this. You don't need to go out and spend up $200 and then they take up tennis next year instead of baseball, and you got this stuff sitting in your.
There's
Garage.
bats in there.
All kinds of stuff. Somebody donated a bunch of softball stuff too.
Good
All
idea.
Okay.
Scholar. Are we good there?
Yep.
Olivia?
Mhm.
Okay, scholarships. It was mentioned earlier. I almost have a huge problem swallowing a pill that a parent is playing travel and is asking for a scholarship.
Amen. And their kid's using a $500 bat.
Yeah, that's a little confusing to me to be playing travel and ask for a scholarship.
The travel player in the family or just that travel player? Like, so if the player,
If the family can afford a $500 bat and you can play travel, then you should be able to pay for rec for all your kids.
okay. Okay.
Because there's not a lot of travel kids that aren't swinging expensive bats. It just that's tough
Okay.
for me.
So if they play travel or what about siblings of them is my question.
All of them.
It's the whole
All of them.
family. Yeah.
The family
Okay.
spend the money one place.
Excuse me. Advertising fall season. I believe you were talking about Brandon.
Yes, please. On the marquee, can we put that we're open for business?
Yeah, hold on.
For registration?
For
Yeah.
registration is open for baseball and softball, please. If I don't know what it usually
Baseball,
says.
softball registration now open. Baseball, rpb.com. I just wrote that down. I don't know.
Just
what
wrote that. I was gonna say send it to me.
Okay.
No. Text me what you want and I'll get it up.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks. Ooh, go. Tell 'em. Olivia.
The flyers that I've already been posting all over. I reached out to every elementary school in this area, middle school. They're going to start sending out to emails, and then when school starts, see how we can get it into the backpacks or still do emails. So, besides private schools, I haven't done that one yet, like King's Academy.
So they did discuss with you making the flyers, and when we did it, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 8 years ago, whenever I did it,
You have to
they gave us a list of the teacher
Teachers
and
and
the,
how many
the number of
kids.
students, and we had to physically put the packages together with like
Yeah.
17, 21, 33.
But most schools right now are paperless, so they've been doing everything advertised through parents' email. So hopefully I don't have to do that.
Okay.
August 10th.
10th.
She
on a
also
Wednesday.
has you tell them about the signs.
Oh, yard signs. So if we want to do yard signs and if people want to put them through Commons Park, Veterans, your house, they're $9 each, fully colored. And it'll just say fall, so we can use them for next fall. And then when spring comes, we can do them again and put them out for
So
spring.
we can stick them in our front yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or high traffic areas like by the schools, by the high schools.
They
All
won't.
over.
They took mine down last year. We put them in Tony's front yard last year.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could do that. Yeah, instead of fall, just put the age group and then our website, or we can use our QR code.
Okay.
Any other ideas for how we can get some girls mostly?
Gary?
No, I mean, how can we?
Players.
Any ideas for or softball or?
Okay. Just to think about.
Yeah, a lot of these girls are 12U moving up into 14U, and they're playing middle school. They're doing travel, and they're going to try to do some rec. So they're very busy. So I don't know about the fields being open earlier is going to help them because they don't get out of middle school practice until late. And then they go to travel practice or they go to rec practice.
Or a game.
Isn't middle school in the fall?
Yes.
Coming up right now.
Yeah.
Coming up right now.
Right. So is softball going to play in the fall? Right?
Well-
Well, the numbers are going to be down for those 12 and 14U divisions, but
you might think about pushing them in, is what you're saying?
maybe there's a way to,
Entice them, what he's saying.
entice them a little bit. I don't know. discounted rate for like repeat players, because you know they're committed to
The league.
three organizations basically. So on that note too, the fields at Seminole Palms, they're behind Costco. I know Camelia's small, but when Farron's down, you're putting a lot of teams out, and that's gonna
We had discussed that.
that's
I,
gonna
I
just
just, as
make
soon
it
as we found
plummet.
out about the lights, I just said, we need to get over
I'm
there
gonna reach out
and
to
get to
Sean
Seminole
He's-
Palms.
Well, the problem is they're already taking them. They've already started taking. Last week they started taking
Yeah, no,
bids
I
for
have,
fields.
I have a contact over there. He went out of town for the 4th of July. I just found out about this today or yesterday or whatever, over the weekend. So I'm going to reach out to him as soon as he gets back and tell him our situation and our problem and everything else and see how he can help us. So hopefully, because there are multiple fields over there, and there are other fields. That's the closest ones, but I'm thinking about exactly what you're thinking too.
As long as the bases are the right distance, we can throw a pitcher's mound.
That's
down.
what I mean,
So-
yeah.
Yeah. That's what I got. I got the list, and I'm going through it, and I'm going to try to work. I'm going to try to get with them and see if they can step up and help us out because of our situation.
Yeah.
I mean, they just started having the lottery and stuff like that, and if we had known this, last week sometime, I could have applied for a lottery spot and did it that way. But actually, I think this might even have a little more pull than the lottery.
If we tell
know
them
what I'm
we're in a
Yeah.
bind.
And just saying, these girls are all going a lot of different directions, and all of us as parents are trying to keep them in the right direction.
Mhm.
So if we can get them locked into some kind of rec, travel, middle school, it's a very busy schedule.
Yeah.
So the rec side of it is going to suffer, but
What do you,
at least we can keep our numbers up by offering them some kind of discount, and if
Yeah.
they make a game a week,
so go down, maybe lessen the practice schedule kind of thing, or yeah, I'm trying to,
I don't know how it will work.
well,
I feel like the parents on my team.
Yeah.
Here's all these great ideas. You guys figure it out.
yeah,
Yeah, but the difference is you showed up.
yes, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I mean, does it seem crazy to reach out to the acreage? I mean, their numbers are so low. I don't know if
and
Gloria.
use their fields.
I mean, I know that's kind of a. I mean, I live right by the fields out there. I don't
A
know.
lot of people
They literally
know,
just run travel,
don't, what?
and it's
Why
going to
not
be
go out to
maybe
the
one team per division.
Half
You'll-
our team lives out there.
I mean, I know
Half
Gloria.
our
If
people.
you go to
Friends with them.
140th, they might go.
Community, yeah, definitely not Hamlin, but community.
But the problem is they got too many.
For now, yeah.
Softball probably be open though. Baseball is out at Hamlin. Softball is open. So yeah, that's a good idea too.
What I mean, but if they do open up 140th, I mean, you think that's
But that's pretty much covered by co-ed. That's the problem.
on Fridays only, Friday night. We could do, because they have only one team in each division usually. I can reach out to Gloria. Do you think that's a good idea?
You can try it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get practices.
I mean, we've got field space for games at Willows. I mean, we can make the. Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
could do fair and during Saturdays.
See, the problem is you got a lot of girls now are from Wellington. So now
Try
you're gonna tell
that.
them to
That
go all
would
the
be
way
the
to
best.
Acreage?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know what our other.
The acreage? Come on.
Maybe if we could utilize both sets, or I guess if we Camellia
All
and
we can do is try.
These are all really good ideas, and
We
we're
can
gonna
get Seminole would be best.
we're
Seminoles.
gonna go hard at Seminole, and then work back from there.
They start this. They start the first. They have tryouts after the what? Chris is
First
after the
week.
first week of school. They go the first week, and then usually tryouts are second week of school, and they know by Friday. So for both, yeah, they do it the same. Oh, spring they don't play. Middle school doesn't.
They start playing like 2 weeks later.
No,
No,
both play in fall. Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, and then they have like a tryout the first week or whatever, and then
Which
you find out you make the team the second week, and you start playing like 2 weeks after that.
it's about games. Yeah, it's quick.
That's good. So we'll start with some of the palms and work back from there. Good ideas. Good ideas. Thank you guys.
We're still in advertising.
Advertising. Yeah. Do you have any other ideas?
Brandon, can we put flyers in the rec and in the
Yes.
commons,
Yeah.
commons park little?
Yeah, I was
Plastic
actually
thing.
gonna ask you about that too. You can put them there if you send me some flyers. I'll get them printed up and I'll put them in.
Okay.
Awesome. Are we done with advertising?
I think so. Unless anybody has anything else.
Okay.
I want to add that we will no experience necessary, right? Especially for softball. I had sent Callie, my girls to horse camp, and I said, Callie, tell anybody you know, come play softball. She goes, well, they don't know how to play softball.
You mean for the players?
For the players.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Coaches are the same way.
Coaches already. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like she was like, well, I don't know anybody that plays softball, and I said, well, tell them, we'll teach them. Is that right? I mean, have them come that way
That's
anyway.
common sense.
I know, but
That girl, 14 years old, never played ball, and all of a sudden now she wants to play ball.
she could
Yeah.
try in the fall, right? That's
Oh, yeah.
okay. Okay.
I had a couple of people like
Alright.
that. Flyers, Brandon.
All right. Awesome. So we're over the advertising now. Fall season dates. These are tentative dates. Yeah, if you guys got your phones, pull them out and look at them and see what you think.
Make
I'd
sure
like to.
everybody's in town for any of the fun stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to try to vote him in so we can get Brandon so he knows what's going on and we can get going here.
First day of school for middle school is, like we said, August 10th. So
So 8/10 is first day of school.
that most likely they will have tryouts the 15th through the 19th. Which means we could do the younger kids. That's why we said the younger kids do evaluations on the 20th. And then hold off until the following Tuesday or Wednesday, even if you wanted.
For the older
For
ones.
the older ones, do their evaluations later, a couple days later.
Shouldn't be that many anyway.
Yeah. And then
Makeup evals, and then you have makeup evals, another one. Closes at noon. No, it'll close.
no, it'll close. I'm shutting that stuff off.
And then we have
Okay,
go
Tony?
over
Is that okay,
evals
Tony?
8/25, so we can make sure we didn't have that last season, but
Yeah.
we want a day in there to go over evals. And then 2 days later is Saturday, I believe, for the managers meeting and draft. 8/27 on a Saturday.
Are you good with? Oh, then there's no coaches clinic in there unless you want to do that on Friday night. Remember last time we did a coaches clinic, or is Sean doing this clinics that coaches can come to and learn if they want or something?
Let me see what I can work in between here. Let's get the hard dates, and I'll work on the coaches clinic.
Definitely need a coaches clinic.
Definitely
Okay.
need a manager's meeting.
Yeah, the
Yes,
managers
manager
meeting.
meeting's super important this time. Are you guys okay with doing that with the drafts? That's at
Last
the same
it
time
wa-
while we're in
had
there.
it,
We
yeah.
just take the time to go over stuff. Okay.
Now, we had some information we were going to give each manager as they
Yeah.
took
we'll
over the
have to get-
team. We got to get
we'll
that
get all
together.
yeah.
That's on you two guys.
Okay.
And then we have practice starting that Monday.
Which
Okay.
we had talked about having managers have a meeting with their parents before their first official practice, which is what
Most of them do.
not.
It
I
is
don't
their
think
first
so.
practice.
Not most of them don't. They'll have a
Practice,
few
you sit
minutes
down,
to
you
talk.
talk to all your parents before you go out on the field.
That
We
is
want to
your
make
first
the commitment to have a board member present at their first meeting so we can make sure we get their. Yeah,
the parent
that
signature
means all on us.
Abuse awareness, all that crap.
Needs to be done.
3-strike rule or
We'd
2-strike,
have to-
whatever.
Are we? That means we all have to commit to be going to attending.
Means I'll be here every night.
Mm-hmm.
thing. Me too.
We can help with softball too. We can show up and be part of, at least for the first week.
I want you to scare the crap out of me. I want you to support it.
All right, so
I don't want no incident.
No, okay.
But it'll
so
only
we're
be the
all in agreement that
29th.
we're gonna make sure somebody's there to get all these parents things and that they're going over these issues, and we'll have a copy of what I'm talking about and saying, hey, guys, you need to keep your
Okay.
stuff straight here.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was coming from
Yeah.
a board member. But let the board member talk to the parents.
I can't do
I have no problem doing it.
that. I don't. I
this
won't
one?
talk to you.
I mean, just make it to where the first practice is literally just parents with the coaches.
Mhm.
We'll be there, sign the abuse training, talk about, break down, basic rules, basic for the
Mhm.
division, sign the paperwork, expectations. By then, Glenn will have his master punishment list, and then we can go over that, and just
There you go.
basically reiterate clearly that too many things went on last season, and it really brought down the atmosphere, for lack of a better word, for the season. And it was mentally draining, and they can just go by the wayside if that's the way it's going to be. You know what I mean?
I mean,
That's it.
honestly, if you do it right, like you have field 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there, you do it in between the two practices. So the parents that are leaving, they stay. The parents that just came for those practice, that's
Yeah.
8 teams right there.
Yeah, if you
And
could
just
do
do it like that. That way, instead of going individually, it's clear. Parents have to stay. They stay with their group. They sign their paper. That way, we're not going bouncing.
800 different practices. Okay.
And it was definitely out of control. And had we had the things in place that we're all discussing, it would have been a lot less stressful season because that was crazy. I'm looking at this now, and it says games begin 9:17. I guess that puts opening ceremonies 9:16.
Do we want to do an opening ceremony the Friday night before? Do we want to just
Or
jump into
parade.
games? That's why I have question marks. Do you want to do an opening ceremony for fall?
No, let's just jump into it.
I mean,
Or I said a parade walk Saturday morning.
before the game. But then the only thing with the parade,
If you have a game at 1 o'clock,
that's
you're
it.
gonna be
If you
there
don't
at
want to come
7 in the
back.
No, you either have your opening ceremonies like we did in spring, or we go right into fall with starting the games on Saturday.
to start the game. Everybody's going back to school. Parents are already stressed out. They're doing all the shopping. They're
Yeah.
chasing the BS stuff that they didn't get, the notebook, the
How do you
crayons.
guys feel about that out there?
And
No banner. Yeah.
I do.
I think the kids,
And the problem I
Get
have
it
with
started.
not having it is you have some kids that play in the fall and they don't play in the spring.
so let them have.
That's the first thing I thought of. You
I
have
told
kids that-
Lexi to have the travel a part of the opening ceremony. You're still introducing him,
it was in spring. It would be in
but
fall
they
too.
were
if we did
assigned
it.
to a rec team. I'm saying introduce them as our travel team for that age group.
Have this, so
They're
they would be
doing
separated out.
tryouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The teams would be selected. That's
Yeah.
that's a good idea too.
I know.
Do we want to go as maybe we do it a little lighter and not do
We don't have to have the
no
games and everything.
I mean, maybe just have a
I said that too.
yeah, have them set something up
They have
where
to-
they okay. I mean, what if we do we want to do a home run derby? That's always been, and then that way the softball people can get involved and do if they want to have a couple I don't know. There was a little bit of a
I also told Lexi if each travel team comes up with one game, they're responsible for that fundraiser. Yeah, Angels,
Mhm.
yeah. But it was a run, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So what?
We're going to talk about him at the next board meeting, but I think that's
So what we'll do for now is, it sounds like we have to discuss the 11. We have some Cooperstown things to talk about, but we'll go with. It sounds like a majority of the board
I like opening.
is on board for a opening ceremony night, Friday night opening ceremonies. It may not be a dunk tank. It may not be a home run derby. It may be the parade and introducing the travel players and the first pitch and stuff like that, and pictures and all that other stuff. Or it may be if we can get the Cooperstown people to jump in and throw a party, it may be a big party again. But as of right now, because we still have the August meeting, as of right now, let's firm down the date of the opening ceremonies, 9/16, Friday night. At least get that on the books.
what if we did it on Saturday morning and then let the games be later in the afternoon?
It was mentioned earlier because that'll put some of the people there from.
No, but I
9
no, I
o'clock in
know,
the
and
morning to
I would
5
agree. They
o'clock in the
probably wouldn't show up if at the 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock parade.
If we're gonna do the opening ceremonies, I want to stay with suit and stay on a Friday night. It's just less stress.
when we did it
For the
morning
parents.
of, we had teams that either didn't show up to the thing,
Right.
where they missed their first game.
Yeah.
The parents couldn't do both.
We tried.
Okay, so I mean, you can pencil in that opening ceremony's 9:16. Playoffs begin 11:05, which puts us done before Thanksgiving.
That-
No rain.
Yes. Hopefully no rain.
And we all know it rains.
And this is a single game, so worst case scenario, rain, we have plenty of time to get done before the 18th.
4, 5, 6, 8. Yeah, and we can even take Halloween weekend off if we wanted,
We can work
because
with
that
that
still
with the
gives
schedule.
8. Yeah,
all of Thanksgiving off? I know
we would, oh, the kids, I think school, yeah, but we would be done by the 12th. We would have to be done by the 12th. That way there's no,
You have to be done by
then
the
there's
12th, they're all
no
gone.
issue of people
Yeah.
going out of town or
We'll be done
anything
by
like
the
that.
12th.
We need to,
And then everybody wants to borrow the great player from the other team.
That's
because
it.
all their players left
exactly,
for
they went out of
vacation.
town. So we'll,
Miraculously, all the crappy players.
Completed by 11:12.
because I think the kids are still in school on the 18th. So if we're done by the 12th, that gives a whole week for people to go away.
So we'll get this all in the email to you, Brandon, with all these
Okay.
dates and
All
everything.
right. Is that going to give us enough time to order uniform stuff from the 27th to the 17th?
That gives us 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks and 4 days.
What are you
Well,
saying? Is that enough time?
Yes, we're gonna, yeah. Well, let's
I
hope.
got you, buddy.
She's been looking into some other vendors
Only
uh,
one.
to see about uniforms, to see if they were more cost effective, and they're the same price as Jerry. We just need to tell managers, give them a heads up when you start selecting your managers or possible managers. Just see if they can get their sponsor.
Well, that's
people
another
in-
thing we have to vote on. Do we want sponsors on the back of the jerseys?
Yeah.
That's what takes the longest is the sponsors. Yeah. Comes down to it. Do we want sponsors on the back of the jerseys? Or do we want...
Because then there's no issue with time.
Yeah,
That was the issue. The-
People sponsor because the name's on there. And the kid
Yeah.
goes to the grocery store or goes to Walmart
And they've got their name.
back.
We're the only... But we're the... What Scotty was saying is we are the only rec league that puts sponsors on the back of the jerseys.
Yeah, well, the other
And
ones
it's
just
a
put a
headache.
flag on there and say Phillies or Yankees too. Exactly.
So then, can we ask that you guys, the commissioners, to kind of give people a heads up? I mean, most of them should know. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
The deadline would
That's it.
have to be the second or whatever.
When's draft?
Draft is the 27th. First practice is 29th, so the last day to have it would be like September 3rd.
Should know because when they go to draft, they should pretty
Yeah,
much know who
That's
it's
what,
gonna be.
hopefully when we're picking managers, we just say, hey, don't forget you have to have a. That would be awesome. Okay. Try to speed that along.
And it used to be first guy to bring in their
Yes.
sponsor check
First
got to pick
gets to
which
pick
team
his.
they want.
Yes, that's exactly right. Okay.
Anybody else got anything about this, the schedule?
What's that? Yeah, games won't start till the week after that, so we can try to avoid that. Okay. Okay. Teacher. Okay. Okay. We will keep that in mind. And thank you.
Okay, Lexi will get these dates out, these hard dates out in an email so everybody
Okay.
Brandon, there was a couple things that were brought up
Okay.
with the
That's old.
people mentioned doing a trunk or treat at Willows. Instead of the neighborhood, all the baseball families come and do it out like some of the churches do and stuff like that. They set up their cars and do the stands right behind. The kids all walk through the parking lot of Willows,
Okay.
Trick or treating. And just as like a camaraderie thing, or a park thing.
Mhm.
I'm sure they go other places too, but they could stop by for a little bit and walk through there.
No, that sounds good.
And you can do it either team set it up or parents set it up or whatever, just as
Can we-
another opening ceremonies type thing, you know.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
the
That's it. It's there. Pumpkin smash.
yeah,
tournament.
I mean
Something
the
like that.
problem
That'd
is
be
going to be
fun.
the parking. I mean,
Oh,
we it might be something where we were we able last time they did give it. They Royal Palm did let us do that, right? For opening ceremonies.
Yeah, for opening ceremonies.
So maybe they'll do it again, even if we have to, you know,
Yeah, and like
kick them
that,
a little bit.
that type of event, just to do it right. We do a special event, application, just like a tournament. And that way we'll be able to go and request the high school and see if they'll open it
That'd
up
be
and give us
huge
parking.
because we can even get crossing guards to make it safe, you know, and
Mhm.
that type of stuff,
Yeah, no,
just to make just to make it right.
I know. There you go.
Yeah.
No.
That'd be part of the fun, knock out the street lights.
And then
Back and forth.
the other thing is it's a tournament. We had the Willows Bash. We were going to run a fall tournament. Someone on the softball side had suggested other parks do a pumpkin smash tournament, where every team makes a pumpkin, and when you lose the game, the winning team smashes your pumpkin, and at the end, the winning team has the team and then their winning pumpkin, you know, right in the front of
You lose your pumpkin if you
the
if you
thing.
get
You
knocked
lose your
out.
pumpkin if you lose the game. If you're eliminated.
Dave, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. People get mad if
Yeah,
you
you
don't
gonna
give them
preserve
trophies.
that
But it's a tournament that we were thinking about running in
tournament.
fall.
Okay.
So that's another special event request thing.
That would be what, the 6 and 8U?
Well, it was suggested on the softball side. So on the softball side, I mean, you can, I mean, depending on fields, you know, and what we do with everything, it take a little bit of coordinating now, but I think all of the softball ages, right? Yeah. I mean, at least up to 14U. I don't know about 16U, but at least up to 14U. 16U has got a couple other ideas they've approached me with. That's what I mean. It wouldn't be that bad.
They can use 8 and 1
They can use 8 and 1.
softball,
And then you have
but that would require a lot of softball people willing to help and work.
there.
Who me?
No, but it's something we can work on. I just wanted to mention it to you so you don't, you know.
Dave just
Yeah.
had a good
No,
idea.
I mean, they sound like good ideas and good events. And like I said, the best part about them is we're talking about them now in July.
Uh-huh.
So is
Yeah, right away.
sure them up 60 days,
Okay.
and at least on that end of it, we'll be okay.
then
And
once
those
we
are
decide
things
what
like
we-
the
okay.
trunk or treat that we can get that lady who came to opening ceremonies, take pictures, and it ends up in the
Town
The
crier.
town
Yeah,
choir,
I was gonna
yeah.
say we can call her out.
yeah, that's good stuff there.
Mhm.
Even the tournament, the pumpkin tournament,
Dave?
that's like something new around here.
Well,
You
maybe,
know?
Yeah.
maybe have the trunk or treat event and have the teams there
display there.
display their pumpkin and then either start a game that night or start it the very next day.
Yeah.
Something like
That
that.
might be
yeah.
good.
I mean, we got to work out, you know,
That
because
way,
it's
that
got
way we
to.
can almost keep that one
One event.
event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that almost sounds
Well,
good.
Dave just was motioning something that pumpkin smash. What? Not the same kind of a. Not a tournament. Get the little pumpkins. Just beat them.
You mean like a station?
No, like a
Oh,
home
yeah,
run
yeah,
derby,
yeah.
but with a
You gotta
pumpkin.
clean- you gotta
Yeah, but
clean
then we
it
got to
up.
Oh, then we gotta clean it up.
I was just going.
The animals. I don't know.
But
That might
no,
be fun.
that's just
Something fun to
yeah. So
think-
we got some
planning ahead.
stuff coming. And I'm excited about it. Okay, so
Oh.
now we have. Does anybody else got anything on the trunk or treat or the pumpkin smash tourney?
Olivia wants to talk about the dates that we would do this. I vote trunk or treat on Halloween.
Hold on. Everybody get their cameras out. I mean, their
Monday
calendars
night.
out.
So just do like a 6 to 8 or something, so people can still go somewhere else afterwards if they wanted, or wouldn't be anything. Is that crazy? Yeah.
Well,
I'm out of town and I don't want to miss it. I'm out of town and I don't want to miss it.
what about like you guys mentioned doing it as one event, doing the the pumpkin smash the 28th, 29th, and 30th.
Out of town.
I know.
We're all out of
Oh,
town.
we all are.
Everybody.
So it's
Well,
on the-
half of us.
You are too. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So we can't do it 2 events in one spot, in one thing, because you got to have trunk or treat on the 31st,
You
right?
don't have to. That's just my suggestion. I just was thinking, there, yeah.
Yeah, but kids are dressing up for Halloween.
Yeah.
They're all baseball players anyway. They all come as baseball and softball players anyway.
Parents?
What? The week before?
I would personally suggest doing it the weekend before because schools do it all
Yeah.
throughout the month. So that way they don't interfere. Because, like, I know that we always go to Citrus Grove and go to someone's house for a party, and I'm not leaving my party to come
Well,
all the
no,
way
but
in
that's what I
town
mean.
to
It
go
would
all
be
the way
it
back
would be
out.
an alternate for people like that don't have a place, cause not or that's why if we did it early, then people could come early and then go do wherever they wanted to go.
We'll just do it
I-
the weekend before.
I personally suggest the weekend before, do it on a
HL
Friday,
Johnson
and then
does
do
one.
your
Girl
tournament.
Palm Elementary
Do the
does one.
tournament Saturday and Sunday, and then that way you can do it all in one weekend.
Yeah.
Get it all said and done, and then possibly the baseball and the travel teams, the baseball and the softball travel teams can fundraise at the trunk or treat, have like a donation bucket on
Yeah.
their tables.
Have something there, yeah.
So you're
So-
talking
That'd be a
like
good
the
idea.
21st, the 20th through the 23rd.
We'll have,
Yeah.
yeah.
The 20th through the 23rd. And then do the, because you could do the tournament and do the trunk or treat any one of those nights.
Yeah. Who's gonna have football?
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
the
you're
only
saying?
thing. If we do the
The trunk or treat on Friday,
Okay?
that's like a get started,
mm-hmm.
and then do it just kind of like you do 3 games.
Have everybody
Yeah, you could display your pumpkin on your table.
and then do the tournament on the weekend.
Yeah, because it's single elimination. Okay. All right.
Well, we'll have games that 22nd though, unless we take the weekend off. We
No,
have
she's-
room to take a weekend off.
She's,
Farron's out. There's no lights at Farron.
yeah, that's right.
Oh, the softball. I see.
Yeah, so we can make that work. We can do trunk or treat on Friday night, and then the tournament, the 22nd, 23rd, and I mean, if it bleeds into the 24th, depending on how many teams sign up, we can make that work.
Yeah, 8-1 at Willows. Yeah,
So that'll work. Okay. So did you write that down?
I have it all here.
21st, 22nd, 23rd? Because we need to get that paperwork in.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys. This is turning out pretty good.
Well, how many teams do we want at this tournament?
We can figure the
We've got more
logistics
time.
out.
I
We're just
just
trying
wanna
to
get
nail the
the-
dates down right now.
Thing with him. The
Okay, so does anyone have anything else on the board before I open it up to open mic? Open mic?
So I watched most of the meeting online and then had questions. So for the lights at Farron coming up, 10U, 12U, and 14U all have open workouts and tryouts coming out soon. And our flyer already says Farron, so
we just found out about the lights. Yes,
know.
And I said to Glenn, "Holy moly!"
so what you guys are going to come up with a plan then, because we have open workouts
Field
starting
one is open
Monday
and
next
field.
week.
Well, we'll have to move some things around. We literally just found out, so we're gonna have to make it.
No,
we're gonna have
I
to
know.
make
I found out
arrangements.
with you all
Yeah.
while I was watching YouTube.
So I think that the T-ball, baseball has field 8 some nights of the week. So we're gonna have to share. We're just gonna have to share. Tim, because he was working on it.
For T-ball?
Yeah, 5, 6. He's
He's moving up.
I don't know. He just asked to have some fields. Maybe he's
Moves
done.
up to 8U.
So we may not have an issue. I mean, we will have to. We'll only have the 2 fields, and they're certainly not ideal, but at least it's better than nothing.
Because I know once this week the 12U All-Star team took this week off to
Recoup.
not do softball
Yeah.
for 5 seconds, but then starting Monday is open workouts and it's practices for World Series. I mean, I'm speaking specifically for that one team, but there will be other teams for the workouts and stuff. So
I would think that since 12U's prepping for World Series, maybe you guys would get precedent. I mean, at least, first pick on certain nights, whatever nights. Well, hopefully we're going to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Camilla,
not
Those
any
guys are
good.
gonna hit that ball way over the fence.
I mean,
The
our
girls-
girls are already
oh.
hitting over the fence at Willows. If we go to Camilla, we're gonna hurt people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we just, what? I mean, what are our choices? We go to
I
field
don't know. That's
4? I
kind
mean,
of why I came up here to find out what the choices were so that
yeah,
I
that's
can
Camellia.
adjust
Familiar.
flyers and.
Yeah, the one
Usually starts at 6:30.
the one with the nets, right?
Not the short fence behind the church. No,
There's
the one,
two fields
the
over
one on
there.
the other side of the basketball courts that has the high fence in left field. They're not hitting it over that fence. I promise you.
Oh, I am here to find out what we are going to do because this is less than a week away.
Base,
That's a T-ball.
baseball have hit it over, like people that go out and toss baseballs and play home run derby and hit them out. But those nets are pretty high. I have to get the exact measurements to see what that field is, and then I can let you know as far as whether to work for softball and how far they're hitting. We can see what that.
Can we, how quick do we,
Well,
how
that's-
quickly do we think we can get that?
I don't know what the net.
Her
the
con-
net
what your concern is that you want to be able to let these people know that are coming.
I
to your
have
open
flyers
workouts.
already literally plastered all over softball, every Facebook page on softball that say Farron. So I need to
Did you already
adjust
put
them
the times out? I mean, are you?
as soon as possible.
What if you start? Can you start earlier? 5:30 to 7:30.
People are at work.
Most people don't get out of work till 5, whether it's summer or not.
You'll be fine. If we may have to get it to where you show up your first practice, okay, all the rest of the practices and open workouts are over at committee. But
Okay.
You're not going to hit them out of the fields, I promise
You don't know. You can't say that.
you. Yeah, what's your time?
It's usually 6:30 to 8:30.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The only reason I think that is because we did used to play co-ed softball there. Adult co-ed softball, and it was like,
Yeah, but you
Are
got
the
till-
fields a good condition to start on Monday, or do they need to be prepped? Or, I mean, like,
They need to, I mean, drag and just drag them and prep them, but nothing that.
all their bases are there?
Yeah.
I haven't been to these fields.
No.
These are just the questions I have.
Everything's there. They just, like I said, they need to be dragged because that was not dragged regularly.
Right.
It's just kind of there unless somebody's using it. So once we know, we can get out and drag and prep it and make sure it's good to go.
Okay. So you'll give me an official word what fields we're going to be out by tomorrow so I can adjust these flyers?
As soon as we get back from Brandon, he's got to tell us. I mean, otherwise,
know.
what? You want me to say field 1? I can tell you field 1. Otherwise, I don't have any. If
Well,
field
can
1
we,
is
for at least next week, can we do field 1 so that way we have something in
nobody's
concrete?
on field. What nights? What? Yes, whatever. You
think it
just
was-
tell me. Let me know which nights it is, and then you guys have field 1. Is this for?
It's for 10
I can't give you field 1 every single night of the week, though. That's the
12U
problem.
and 14U. Ed's 14U, the 12U that's moving up to 14U,
Mm-hmm.
and Kyle's 12U that's first year 12s moving to second year 12s. They're having open workouts, and we're doing our all-star practice at the same time.
Okay, so so you're all going to be on. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then they're not going to do. Okay. Yeah, that takes precedent. Okay. What did you say? Tuesday, Thursday?
I think it's Tuesday. Hold on. Let me find my
So no.
flyer.
Yeah, Thursday, field 1.
The 13th and 15th of next week. I can give you all the dates that we have for open
I
workouts
can
now.
give you Tuesday, Thursdays going forward
Okay. At field 1 on Willows until we know.
until we have a different, solution. But for now, that's or
Okay.
at least the next 2 weeks, I guess. Unless you guys want to move to Camellia.
The only
on
open
weekends.
workouts I have are the 13th, 15th, 29th, 1st, 3rd, and 5th from 7 to 9.
Okay.
That's what
well,
the
then
flyer
let's go with the
says.
13th, 15th for right now, and we'll address what 13th, 15th. That's a Wednesday, Friday.
I didn't mean to insult anybody. Maybe there's a 12-year-old that can hit it over
Damn,
that fence. I
watch
just don't
yourself,
think
sir.
they're gonna.
I mean,
The
if
13th,
if
15th
they're
is
gonna
a
use
Wednesday,
if you're gonna
Friday.
use
Wednesday,
field
Friday.
1, just use a field 1 as a guide. That was bigger than field 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we'll be good.
Okay,
there.
so
I have 13th, 15th is a Wednesday, Friday.
That's fine. I don't.
Is that what you
it's
want?
Whatever. Those are the dates Ed gave me. I just didn't know
Okay.
in my head.
Okay.
I think our all-star practices starts back on the 11th, but I have to double check with all that. Or have Ed get with you guys. He was doing something, and I said, I'm on my way there to figure out what's going on with these lights because we gotta
Yeah.
figure it out. Okay.
We gotta tell Scott too.
I actually got a phone call from Gary one night who was practicing on a completely different field, and the 11U team was not acting. Same guy wasn't acting, demonstrating the atmosphere we would like, and it was heard plain as day on the other side of the concession stand on the other field. The remarks that were made. Yeah, and a child actually asked questions.
So how are we addressing? I mean, I know we were going to talk about situations, but are we going to make it known to him that this is unacceptable behavior? I mean, obviously, but are we going to address it? Are we going to go up to him and say, "Listen, guy, you're on thin ice, or you're out, or whatever"?
I addressed it with him. Of course, he just ghosted me and didn't reply back to my text. But he is aware
That we know.
and we're gonna have about fifths
Thank you.
right now. Now that I didn't have all these stories and crap.
I don't really need one more than that one.
That's true.
No. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
And it doesn't, just to back up Gary, it doesn't go away because I just talked to someone less than a week ago and was told it was a very bad look for our league.
Oh yeah, I got
Oh, someone from Okehili,
Someone from Okehili because they were there.
because they were there.
At districts, I'm sitting there watching the game, and some lady comes up to me out of West Boca.
Oh yeah.
Remember? And she's like, saw my rope arm, and she's like, "Hey, so what happened at Phipps?" You know, that she told me her like what she heard, and I'm like, "We're taking care of it."
I mean, the two things we have to deal with, one dealt with itself, was the Cooperstown incident. It basically took care of itself because the guy took his team and left.
Yeah, but it didn't take care of itself because we still got smudged with it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it,
in Lake City, and I got a team coming out of Sanford saying, "Oh, you're from Royal Palm? Oh yeah, you guys are the guys that went to Cooperstown
Yeah.
and cheated."
when I said it took care of itself, I meant the addressing the coach part of it took care of itself. We're gonna have to go to a few more Cooperstowns before that's probably off our plate.
If we are allowed.
We have a ticket.
Yeah, we have
We
to.
got a
No
ticket.
matter, they can deny it at any
And-
time.
Yeah.
The other thing is the other one we have to address.
Well, that's the problem. Is that guy's next to go to Cooperstown.
Well, that
No.
doesn't. I mean, all of a sudden he becomes not negative. I was told that. I was told that if we need a 12U team to go to Cooperstown, they're probably not his team. A few kids, possibly, but not his team, but another team
Would
is
share
8
something.
players deep that would go to Cooperstown. If we needed they would come play spring rec, they would do everything they're supposed to do. If a void became apparent in our Cooperstown ticket issue.
I mean, after what happened at our first Cooperstown, I think we need to,
Make sure we send somebody good.
and I think it's been proven already that this guy is not someone we want to send up there.
That's the
agree.
worst part. Yeah.
So if we're trying to get them to be able to fundraise for a year, I think we just need to handle and pull that trigger and see if we can get another team for Cooperstown.
Well, I'm actually going to pitch an idea of appointing someone as the Cooperstown coordinator that will, and none of us,
Go up there.
that would actually handle Cooperstown for us as far as the scheduling of the anything dealing with Cooperstown. They would take care of it. And it's not they would do it for 1 year. They would be the person who did it because I want that person perfecting it and going to be here a long time that's just going to take care of Cooperstown for us, even to the point of where I'm not comfortable with giving our ticket to someone and taking it up there and then us waiting on them to bring it back at the grace of their whatever. This person's in charge of that. You know, he goes up there with them, signs the team in, makes sure everybody's good to go, spends the night, and comes back the next day.
So we have to pay a babysitter.
Yeah, essentially. And it's worth it to me to make sure this stuff that's happening doesn't happen again.
Yeah, but he's not going to stay for the entire time of the
No.
Cooperstown. We
No.
have to have, I see what they're saying. We have to make sure it's somebody that's got integrity, that's going to go up there with the
Yes.
right mentality.
Yes.
Because we can send somebody up there to take care of our ticket, but he's not going to be there the whole time.
Well, that all falls in line with, you know, the Cooperstown coordinator basically taking Cooperstown and making sure everything's good to go. If he gets incidents, if he says, hey, this guy's, you know, we got to make some changes, then, hey,
What-
you're in charge. Just like travel coordinator, you're in charge. You
It's a
know,
lot to put on one person.
it is a lot to put on one person, but I mean, if travel coordinating is being done right,
Back to what Dave said, though, if they're
Oh my
going to Cooperstown, they need to be fundraising now. So
They, well, you know that the 11U is already.
like spring and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but they could come over now.
Mm-hmm.
if we make a decision, they're ready. That's what I was told. If we make a decision and there becomes a void in our 12U scenario for
We-
Cooperstown,
I mean, worst
They're
case,
There's already-
we rent our ticket and we don't send someone like that. I mean, I'd rather rent our ticket and not send someone from our park than send another dude.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you send somebody else, you don't know what
We
you
don't know
get.
if you're getting it back, yeah.
Well-
And that's true. You could send somebody up there that who knows what.
That's why I want to put a
Dustin
Cooperstown
already said he'd go
coordinator.
twice.
I'll go twice.
He'll go twice.
I'm not going,
Now, I mean, you can look at it one of two ways. You know, you get to go up there once a year and sign everybody in and get everybody to eat dinner, stay in a hotel, and come home, or, you know,
You mean the one hotel?
well, yeah, the one
One
hotel.
hotel. I just think if before we can't, I don't know. I think we need to say something to this person that has been demonstrating inappropriate behavior, language, foul language, whatever. It
They
needs
can be cut off already.
absolutely. But we've never addressed it. We've never said to them, you guys. I mean, obviously it's common sense, but
I'm sure that the vice president and the baseball commissioner are going to take care of situations on that side, and the vice president and the softball commissioner will take care of situations on that side. And moving forward, we're going to deal with these things immediately as they happen, because we're going to have things in place to make that happen. But I will be pitching you guys as far as a position for that Cooperstown coordinator, because that's a big deal. That is a pretty big deal for our park. It's going to keep the kids here that might potentially go to another park, you know, because that other park has what we don't have. Now we have it. Yes, it is a lot of responsibility, and finding that right person is something that I have to do. So if anybody has suggestions that I can talk to these people, let me know. But that's where I'm going, is the ticket never leaves our hands. I was super uncomfortable that whole month, or that whole week. I was stressing out, you know. So that's where I was leaving that. I mean, it would cost us a little bit of money, you know, every season to make sure, but I'm 100% good with that, instead of the worry of losing it altogether.
that they have to pay for somebody to go.
Yeah,
a
that's
good
what I'm
idea.
saying. It can all be part of, and this person It's a big deal. It's a big job. This person would be working with concession, working with the tournaments, working with everything. You know, it's if you ask me, it's bigger than any deal I'm sitting up here right now. That's a huge deal. Okay, so anybody else got anything not pertaining to Cooperstown?
I need to alter my statement. The all-star practices are the 11th, 12th, 14th, and 18th. The workouts for the travel aspect of it
Already sent it to Lexi.
are the 13th, 15th, 29th, 1st, 3rd, and 5th. So just so that's, you know what the dates are.
Okay. For the open workouts, but what was the other, what was it, All-Star?
The all-star practices are the 11th, 12th, 14th, and
That's
18th.
every day, though. I can't give you the same.
Well,
Is there anybody else? Is that,
no,
that's
the
both of
all-star
your
practices
That's our
can have the
all-star?
fields. Yes.
All-Star can have the fields, which is the Tuesday, Thursday, yeah?
The open workouts is the one where we
Monday
might have to.
is next week, coming up. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Practices for all-star.
Okay.
Wednesday and Friday is the open workouts for the 12 and the 14U.
Okay. So as long as nobody else comes in and says I need a practice time, which I have to, I mean,
We're good with the all-stars. You don't have
yeah,
to worry about
all-stars,
that.
don't worry about
the open workouts is the one we might have to play around with.
which we'll have field 8 too. So I don't, Scott is the one that we're going to have to share. So we really just need Camellia. Because
No
that will make,
pressure.
that will make everything work.
I
We'll
wanted
make
to
that
amend
happen.
my statement
We'll
'cause I
get
had
you,
told
we'll get
wrong.
you a field. It's just,
Yeah, we'll work it out.
yeah.
Okay. I just
Give me till
said the wrong
tomorrow.
date, so I wanted to make sure I gave you
Okay.
the right date.
Thank you. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Mm-mm. No.
Tony?
Mhm.
Like you said, we gotta make sure they're doing it right. Not everything they hit.
Yeah.
As a district commissioner, just so you know, if you do go to Game Changer, you have to turn in your scores for spring once a month. Instead of a book at the end of the season or halfway through the season, you have to turn in your Game Changer once a month to your district commissioner.
So that's a screenshot.
Well, it's
Of
a
everybody's
PDF.
teams.
You have to email it.
It's,
But it's just, you have to do it every month instead of,
which is it as simple and is as simple as
I have
Dee
no
Dee's
idea.
saying, "Hey, shoot your text over to."
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
So we just email it out, yeah.
I just wanted to give you the heads up so you know what you would have to do as far as Babe Ruth was concerned
Well, I
if you
just
went to
give him
Game
Amy's
Changer.
phone email.
No, you have them for the score. You had to update the
Okay. Oh, right. I have to have it.
scores.
Is it realistic to think that whoever is going to be keeping score for your team, to say, hey, this is what rather than I mean, I think it's easier than book.
I think it would be easier.
I mean, first time you do it, it's a little freaky.
What?
But
And
especially when you get some weird stuff happening. Walking over throws 3 times. Yeah. But I mean, I think it'd be obviously much better. It would help with pitch count to some degree.
yeah.
I would love to get official scorekeepers and have that happen with Game Changers, but that takes more volunteers,
There's no people.
and we're scratching right now.
But we can encourage Game Changer. I mean, for fall at least, get them started. Mm-mm.
No,
Each team is
each team
individual.
has their own, but it is pretty.
There,
But you can grant people access.
Yeah.
So like you can grant, whatever some accountants like our PD admins, right, to actually be able to look at and pull stuff, right, from your teams. Right?
Oh, okay.
at the softball state tournament, they have high school girls volunteer to do. I mean, it's softball, so they played softball, but you could have, especially in the fall, some of the high school baseball guys get volunteer hours for coming and scoring a game and doing it. I also want to put out.
Wildcats.
Um, you, we already use Sports Engine, and then most of the tournaments use Tourney Machine.
Yeah.
They actually have their own. It's called iScore, which is like Game Changer. So then it would all literally be linked. Oops, sorry, linked to the whole system. So that's something else you can look into is iScore.
So then monthly, you would be able to go in and get it.
I don't know that I would be able to see it,
All right.
but I can. I saw softballs because I was on all of theirs, so it wasn't a problem of me getting it once a month.
That is a good idea, though, with the Game Changer or the iScore with high school volunteers. That's pretty smart. And it might work for the fall.
All right.
I don't know about spring.
Thanks.
I know the
They're
Rural
locked
Palm
up in
Beach
spring.
athletic director,
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
so,
that'd be cool.
Mr. Patterson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I was.
well, it's yeah. I mean, we talked about it. It's in the registration already, but nobody, whatever. He wants a copy of it.
Yeah, the
he wants
village
a paper.
needs hard copies.
So we're gonna. I don't know how to do that. Yeah.
Well, I think that's gonna help though if we do that meeting with a board member.
We're gonna have a
first
yeah.
practice.
Yeah, let's see how that works. Because that takes it out of your hand.
We'll
actually.
have all the copies.
That weren't there.
We
but
can
we'll
track
do,
them down.
Yeah, it'll be easier to.
It's easier for a manager to have two they're looking for than
And
15.
Same thing too with the sponsorship. So like
turn your microphone.
very well, very good. Have one guy. Baseball.
They can hear me.
No, I can't. Yes. I'm using shorter. They collect them and then. Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll work it out. It'll be good.
All right.
Okay.
Any more open mic issues? Anybody got anything else? All right. I guess I'll make a motion to close this July board meeting 2022.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.